Hey, this is the Hitman from Diabolical Racing. Thanks for stopping over from my Instagram page, 10K Slut. Right there's the 84 Monty SS, 350.0 cubic inch small block Chevy Turbo 350, all built in the garage for less than $10,000. The topic we're talking about today is both water pump installation, and that's referring to the gaskets, and then we're going to go into the cam buttons, as well as a cam stop. Real quickly, this is an Edelbrock aluminum 8811 water pump. It's made of aluminum, and it has these black cheap gaskets that come with it or whatever. The spec that Edelbrock says is use OEM. You look up the OEM spec, it says torque to 30. You don't put a RTV on the gaskets. So I put RTV on the gaskets, I torque them to 30, and it squished the gasket out. I actually measured each side of the gasket that was pushed out, the lip that was pushed out, and it was 200 thousandths, which is half a centimeter on each side of this port here. So you had 200 thousandths out here, 200 thousandths out here. So by using Edelbrock's procedure, you basically have guaranteed yourself to have a coolant leak at some place. And if you're running cash days or something like that, and you got to beat it a line every 15 minutes, and all of a sudden you squirt a coolant leak under your hood, a pressurized coolant leak, a hot coolant, you're done. If you're driving on the road, you're done. So the bottom line is the way to install this correctly is not to use Edelbrock's procedure. What I did is I coated the gaskets with RTV, like blue Permatex, very lightly. I cleaned the mating surfaces here and on the block. And what I did is I torqued it up to 5 foot-pounds and I let it sit overnight. After it sat for 12 or 14 hours, I came out here and I torqued it to 15, 20, and then 25, and I stopped. And as you can see over here, the gaskets are not pushed out 200 thousandths. They are pushed out a little bit, but that's less than a spark plug gap. So essentially, we stopped squishing gaskets out, which gives us more sealing area and allows for the thermal expansion of the water pump versus the engine block, which, you know, there's a scrubbing situation going on there because there's two different alloys, kind of like an aluminum cylinder head and an aluminum block, how they have multi-layer steel gaskets. That's so the gaskets can move independently and they don't scrub and they don't leak. At a water pump interface, they don't have multi-layer steel gaskets. If they did, they're probably $50 or whatever, I don't know. If you're using normal gaskets, that's how you should install water pump gaskets. Now, when we got into the water pump, you can see right here, this is the same pump that's on my car. This right here is an area at the bottom of the pump that they make so you can put a cam stop in. A cam stop essentially is a stud. This is a 3/8 by 24. I tap this or whatever, put a nut on it to locate it, and I put this on the back. This goes up against your front cover. And the goal of using a cam stop is to keep your cam from walking fore and aft out of the block. Now what you do when you're building your engine is you put a cam button on it. There's two styles of cam buttons. One's an aluminum one. It's a complete piece of shit. It's $4.99. If you put it on and you put it out, as the cam walks fore and aft, it breaks off the little ledge that you try to hold on with washers. No matter how you try to spread the load, generally they break. The cam walks back and forth. You put a button on there to keep the cam from walking all the way to the front cover and back. Because if the cam's doing this back and forth, for one, you don't have correct lifter alignment with the camshaft lobes. And for two, the camshaft gear that intersects with the distributor gear being the driven gear, it'll have fluctuation as the cam moves in and out. As you check your timing will be doing this as you rev it up to 4 or 5 grand. So basically, you're stuck setting your timing conservatively. If you want your timing mark to stay standard, exactly where you got it revved up at, so you can crank the timing up for maximum power, you got to eliminate cam walk. By eliminating cam walk, what you have to do is, one, install a roller cam button, $11 or whatever. Buy the correct button for your camshaft, bolt it in, and then when you're mocking it up, putting your timing cover on, set the clearance, you shoot for 10 thousandths. Anywhere between 5 and 15 thousandths is fine. You don't want it to be a press fit, or the roller cam button will run up against the stamped steel cover, and I've seen cases where actually it's ground through the cover if the cover's loaded. The second thing you do is to keep a stamped cover from flexing, unless you got $150 for a cast aluminum cover, is you put a cam stop in. This being the cam stop here. This is a 3/8 by 24 stud. I tap this for the stud, put a nut here to hold it. I put a nut here, which is ground flat, which goes up against the stamp cover. The point of that being is when the camshaft walks out towards the front cover, the cover will flex. So if you use a cam stop, You mock your engine up, and you got it set at, let's say, 10 thousandths. Let's say you nailed it, or 8 thousandths, or 6 thousandths, or 12 thousandths. Anywhere, you know what I mean, 10 thousandths plus or minus about 4 thou, 5 thou, you're good to go. If you can keep your camshaft from walking back and forth, you get optimal lifter alignment, and as well as you eliminate the timing variation that happens when the cam gear that intersects your distributor gear moves. So you can maximize your timing and everything else. So once again, this is the Hitman. I'm at Diabolical Racing. If you like this video and you want to see some more crazy technical mad shit, including tuning and a couple of tricks we use to make the slut run, let's just call it tens. You can get online, you can see the thing ran 1099 and everything with a real small hit and everything else. The car's legit 10s, legit 6s all day, depending on what hit and what tune I put on it, it'll run what I want. If you're interested in more videos, click below, subscribe here on the 10K Slut page on YouTube, and as well, if you haven't checked out Instagram, sometimes I'll just throw out some crazy shit on there. Once again, this is the Hitman, diabolicalracing.com, and working on the 10K Slut. Thanks for watching. Peace. I'm out.